looks like this hole is completely healed. Okay, this hole, and let's take a look at this hole. It's probably completely healed too. Yeah, it's completely healed. Now I can drill this hole. Oh, dang. This one is not quite. It's actually got a hole in there. But I think it will work. Once I mount the ladder, it's gonna hold. Okay, I'm feeling these holes as well. Again. Okay, that's one totally filled. Squeezed very tight. Just gonna fill the epoxy here. The purpose of this is so that I don't waste too many epoxy in these holes. And this is gonna make the epoxy tight on the surface and make these holes really tight and really good. This is my boat transom. Okay, so that's, I need to do one more here and then two more here. This is the pipe insulation material. It's pretty good. You just pack these things using a small screwdriver to pack these things in, and then you fill the surface with epoxy, and then your hole is going to be sealed tight, you know. So I'm gonna have to scrape this off. Okay. Okay, that's it. So 3 holes to fill. So 2 more over here. These are pretty good, so I don't have to worry about those. Okay, that's one. Where is the one I did a couple days ago? This is the one I did a couple days ago and seals pretty well, as you can see here. So, last hole over here. Okay. I may be packing too much into this hole, so I may need to cut off the excess. Okay, that should be it. Gonna fill these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes with epoxy, and then also this bottom with epoxy, and I should be good to go. Okay, I'm finishing up with this epoxy. It's gonna be no more. It's gonna be no more epoxy. You can see the black and white mixed and turn into gray. And then it's perfect for application. For strong bonding or sealing or adhesive. Okay, that's one. That's 2. That's 3. It's going to bond very well. It's going to seal those holes pretty well, pretty tight. That's 1. And that's 2. Plug the 2 holes here and the 3 holes here. I'm just going to wait for it to cure, and my bolt transom should be fine. Should be fine. The bolt letter. This is the hole for the bolt letter. It cured. It's hard. Same thing with this hole here, and also this hole here. You know, you can't even see the hole anymore. And yeah, so it's pretty tight. I just screw this top screw in, and pretty decent. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole into here, and then secure with another screw. Secure with another screw down here. Okay, that's very tight. That's not going anywhere. That's very tight. Yeah, very good. It's bolt leather. And then this bottom one is very tight too. So it's not going to go anywhere. This last hole. Okay. Hey, I need a longer screwdriver. Okay, that's very tight. Okay, mounting these 4 screws. So my bolt ladder install is complete. Okay. this screwdriver is big enough. Gonna get it. Okay, so I screw these 4 screws in last after I bolted these 4 bolts. 1, 2, actually no, I leave this one open. 3. Now it's rock solid. If I shake this, the bolt is gonna shake too. Then now the bolt letter install is complete. And this is the teak wood. You don't need to sand, you don't need to stain. This is its original beautiful color. And if it gets dirty, you just scrub it down, and then that's it. You know, don't stain, don't sand, because it's gonna be too much maintenance. You know, this way it's clean, and that's. And you can see I stuffed it, I epoxy this, and then I drill a hole, and it's pretty good, it's pretty solid. Maybe it still moves a little bit. This one is definitely solid, not going anywhere. Same, so is this. This one is not going anywhere. I should put a, what do you call those things? The washer, the round thing, like this, the washer. Around that, that will tighten this thing, and it won't move. Okay, so I decided to record this because this bolt letter, I was hesitating to install when I bought it, because I noticed this hole was totally broken. And as you can see here, before I bought it, this was totally broken, and I used West Marine epoxy to fill in the crack, and I wasted a lot of epoxy, as you can see here. And the hole to this day is still not done very good, you know, because I wasted so much epoxy in here, in these holes. And also certainly the screw hole, it was broken as well, and I didn't know how to proceed with this hole. Anyway, so here I'm going to quickly explain to you how I was able to secure this thing and install this bolt letter, rather, sorry. So the first thing I did was the back of the hose with the 2-inch pipe insulation material, and then I fill the back of the hole as much as possible so that almost to the surface is left a little bit of space, and then I can just epoxy that space, and I don't have to waste a lot of epoxy. And same thing over here. This hole was also because it's like, I guess, uninstall, install, so the hole was too big, become too big. Same thing with this bottom one, too big. So, and also the screws were rusted from the salt water and all the whatever, you know. So what I did was I totally uninstalled this, and then, you know, now I put it back. But the way to put this back is you put this metal piece in and secure this screw and also that screw after you drill the pilot hole. And then you tighten this hole and the hole down there with this arm, only this arm installed. You don't want to tighten it until both are screwed in, and then you can tighten it. The next thing you do is you tighten this metal, you install this metal arm without this letter, okay? Still without this letter. So you install this metal arm, this metal arm, and you drill a hole here, again, pilot hole. And then remember, you need to put some oil on the screws, because this way the screws won't be rotted. It will be so much easier to take it out with the grease. Sorry, not oil, grease. Because, you know, it's gravity. When you pull this arm, it's gonna push this in. so I don't need that because it's also secured. So it's basically secured by those 3 screws. The next thing you do is you take this teak surface, teak wood, and then you come to here, and because these 2 metal arms were installed onto the boat, so now you can put the 4 screws in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 screws in, and then this piece, this teak wood, will be totally installed. You know, so there you have it. That's all you do, and you know, and now you have a function. People can step onto this thing. The boat ladder is a lifesaver thing. When you're on the water, it's going to be very hard to get back into the water. Instead of put your feet up there to get back into the boat, and you know, so this is how you install this.